Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvi shavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. So we were in this, today is the fourth day of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Holy Gita as seen by Swami Chinmayanandaji. And the 28th verse, the second, it's in two parts. It breaks in between. Arjuna, who is Kripaya Paraya Vishtaha Vishidannidam Abravit Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvemam Swajanam Krishna Yuyutsum Samupastitam Sidanti Mama Gatrani Mukham Cha Parishusyati Vepathushcha Sharire Me Romaharshascha Jayate Gandivam Sramsate Hastat Tvachaiva Tvachaiva Paridahyate Nacha Shaknomyavasthatum Bhramati Vacha Me Manaha. Here, Shri Krishna is watching silently, and Arjuna is actually describing. Sanjaya says, Kripaya Paraya Vishtaha. Kripaya means overwhelmed, overcome with a lot of pity, great pity or great compassion. Paraya Kripaya, meaning supreme compassion towards the Kauravas. This is Sanjaya's narrative to Dhritarashtra. Avishtaha, overcome by pity. Vishidan idam abravit. The sorrowful Arjuna said these words. This is what Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra. But actually, Krishna's silence is giving a completely different picture. What we see when people who like us very much, when they see us, they will always have a very caring or rather very understanding tone about our emotions. They will not call a spade when we are in a sorrowful state of affairs. So they will be very kind to us, and that is what Sanjaya has been. But Krishna is far from kind. Though he is a friend of Arjuna, he is a cousin of Arjuna and a friend of Arjuna, he is not showing any kindness because he wants Arjuna to gain clarity, and he does not want to see Arjuna wallowing in self-pity. It is not supreme pity, it is self-pity. So Arjuna is saying, Drishtva imam swajanam Krishna. O Krishna, I am seeing my own family members. Who are they? Yuyutsum samupasthitam. Samupasthitam. They all gathered before me for fighting. I am seeing that. And they're all my family, my people. And seeing them, what happens to me? What is happening to the body? Sidanti. My body is shivering. Mama gatrani. Gatra is the body. Body is shivering to see that. Mukham cha parishusyati. My mouth is becoming parched and dry. Vepathushcha sharire me. The body is sweating also. Roma harshascha jayate. There is horripilation or goosebumps. It is not a goosebumps moment in the very what to say, in a very positive sense. It is a fear-filled goosebumps moment for Arjuna. And Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji terms this as anxiety neurosis. It's a mental disease, and all the symptoms described in modern psychology point out to this condition of anxiety neurosis. There is an exhaustive enumeration of the symptoms the patient could then recognize in his own physical body as a result of his mental confusions. Whatever is happening to the mind is reflected in the body, and whatever is happening in the body is experienced in the mind also. So Sanjaya has glorified this as pity because um, he is having a very favorable opinion about the Pandavas. But Arjuna, what Arjuna speaks, in reality gives the real true condition of his presence. Arjuna says, seeing all my kinsmen gathered here, anxiously determined to fight, my limbs are shivering, and all the other experiences of the body we saw just now. The next verse, it's even further something very disgraceful that he is recounting, but he is not expressing it in a disgraceful manner. He is expressing it in a very in a manner which calls a lot of pity towards himself. 30th verse. Gandivam sramsate hastat त्वक्षैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नों व्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. He says, my mind is spinning. Gandivam. The Gandiva is a matter of pride for Arjuna. He has taken a vow that nobody should talk ill of his Gandiva. If anybody talks ill of his Gandiva, that person will be killed. That is Arjuna's vow. And that Gandiva is slipping from his hands. When do things slip from our hands? When we are going deep into sleep. We are having a book in our hand, or we are even listening to the mobile phone. We are listening to something on the YouTube or whatever, and sleep overtakes us. That program will be going on and on for a long number of hours also. Until midnight, we see that program is still going on YouTube. Or sometimes we go to sleep with a book and we are unable to open our eyes, and the book just falls off our hands, and it is just fallen down. In the same way, Arjuna is overcome with a state of anxiety and worry and fear and so many emotions coming together, that all the energy within is being directed to those emotions. Those emotions are demanding his energy completely, and he is not that great warrior Arjuna. He is not able to hold the Gandiva. Gandivam sramsate hastat. The Gandiva is threatening to fall from my hand, O Krishna. Tvakchaiva paridahyate. The skin is burning. Nacha shaknomi avasthatum. I am not able to stand up. Nacha shaknomi avasthatum. Bhramati vacha me manaha. I feel like as if my mind is spinning. It is a very common experience that we all have when we are challenged with something, when we are in a very hostile company, when people around us are hating us, or people around us are putting us to shame, or people around us are pointing out something that we feel guilty about, or something that we are afraid about. Somebody taunts us, or people together, they laugh at us. The body will show such symptoms because the mind gets completely disturbed. Gandivam sramsate hastat. Arjuna is adding some more details of the symptoms of the disease. We have seen the list of symptoms earlier manifested in the physical body. In this stanza, Arjuna is discovering more symptoms, recognizing more symptoms of the maladjustment at the mental level. His mind is unsteady, agitated, and chaotic, but it has also lost all its morale. It has come down to the stupid level of accepting all kinds of ill omens, superstitions, disastrous failures, and imminent consequences. It has gone to a negative state where it is overtaken by fear. This stanza, this verse pictures all the mental confusions of Arjuna, and it also shows how far his discrimination or the Viveka Shakti of what is right, what is wrong, what is my capacity, what is not my capacity. He knows all that. He has studied all that. He has studied the Vedas, he has studied the Upanishads, he has studied the art of warfare. Discrimination has drained off as if it has been siphoned off from the body, as if some valve has been removed and all the discrimination has been let out. And his morale is now very low. Arjuna is feeling very weak. He is not able to fight the war. Physically, he is not able to do it. Mentally, he feels very low and as if he is going to lose. So it is not just that he doesn't want to fight because all great people are on the opposite side. He is actually afraid to fight the war, but he's covering it up with very glorious pictures and glorious images, as if he's a very good person, as if he's a very great person. He really doesn't want to fight all these people, and all those arguments he's giving because he is afraid. He is having fear, seeing the enemy lines and seeing all the people who are all very powerful on the opposite side also. And suddenly he is overtaken by fear, but he is camouflaging it as if, he is a very good person and he is really a wonderful person. He really feels that this war is no good. It will bring us to no good, and better to stop the war or better to run away from this rather than fight this war. He is now seeing ill omens. Even we, when our mind is not healthy, when our mind is not strong, and our physical body is also weak, and we are suffering and going through a lot of failures in life, instead of counting our successes, we will start counting of our failures, and we will start seeing what all things are happening around us that are pointing towards more and more failure in our life. So that is Arjuna's condition now. And what is he seeing? He is seeing all ill omens. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava na cha shreyonu pashyami hatva svajana mahave. O Krishna, I am seeing all ill omens. Nimitta. Nimitta means the signs. What are the signs I'm seeing? I'm seeing ill omens. Viparitani. Everything is very contrary to what is good. Keshava. The one who has killed the asura called Keshi. Keshava. Nacha shreyaha anupashyami. I don't see anything great happening if I am going to kill all my own family members. Hatva Swajanam ahave. Having come to this point in the battle, the only thing is a way forward. There is no place to retract now. Retract the decision, retract the sankalpa and go back. At this point, he's telling, I feel that nothing is going to happen. It is just like that boy who has to go for the public exam and he is afraid because the whole night he has been watching many reels and serials, and he has not really prepared. Last minute preparation is not done, and he is feeling very tired, he is feeling very disgusted, he is feeling very tense, and giving into all that, he's saying, actually, what is the point in going for the exam? Everybody else gets a shock, everybody else becomes Krishna in the house, and this boy will be the Arjuna, and they have to do a lot of last minute talking and convincing him to get ready and show up for the exam in the first place. So Arjuna has become in that condition. He is saying, Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava nacha shreyaha anupashyami Hatva swajanamahave. I do not see anything that is good that is going to happen in this battle where I kill my members of the family. In the state of mental confusion, says Gurudev, when his emotions have been totally divorced from his intellect, the objective mind, without the guidance of its subjective aspects, runs wild and comes to unintelligent conclusions. The objective mind is not having the support of the subjective mind. The subjective mind, which is Krishna, which is being shown by the present, the silence of Krishna, the subjective mind is steady. The steady mind is being reflected as Krishna. The steady mind is very silent now, and the objective mind is raving and ranting, and it is not gathering any kind of a support from the subjective mind. I desire neither victory nor empire, not even pleasure. I don't hatva swajana mahave. The next, so that is the next verse, 30. Yeah. Nacha shreyo na pashyami hatva swajana mahave. These words are there in the subsequent verses, but he is not being met with here. The secret desires of Arjuna are not seeing any kind of a fulfillment here, and so he is actually backtracking now. He is taking back his words. But what is the secret desire? He is desiring victory, and he urgently wants to win the battle. He is anxiously expecting to win all the pleasures for himself and his relations, but the challenging look of the mighty Kaurava forces and the great eminent warrior standing ready to fight shatters all his hopes, blasting his ambitions and undermines his self-confidence, and he slowly develops a well-known Arjuna disease. And the cure for this disease is what is the message of the Gita, the theme of the Gita. Now verses 32, 33 and 34 are coming together in meaning. Arjuna's explanations, like if we don't want to do something, we say that actually I don't need it. I don't need what the result of this action is going to be. But though he needs this, he is just denying it. It's a denial complex that he's having now. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacharajyam sukhani cha kim no rajyena govinda kim bhogair jivitena va eshamarthe kankshitam naha rajyam bhoga sukhani cha tayimeva sthita yuddhe pranam styaktva dhanani cha acharyav pitarah putraha tathaiva cha pitamaha matulashvashurav pautraha shala sambandhinastatha na kankshe vijayam Krishna. O Krishna, I don't want any victory. Nacha rajyam sukhanicha. I don't want the kingdom, nor do I want all the comfort and pleasures of the kingdom. Kim no rajyena Govinda. What am I going to do, O Govinda, O Krishna, the controller of all the senses, the one who rules this earth, O Krishna? Kim no rajyena. What am I going to do with this kingdom? Kim bhogaihi jivitenava. What is the point in even living, experiencing all this wealth and riches and the great experiences of this life? There's no point at all. It's so pointless. After having killed all these people who are all my relatives, what am I going to do in life after that? So, Esham arthe kankshitam naha rajyam bhogaha sukhanicha. For whose sake I want to win all this battle. I want to win this battle. I want to conquer this kingdom. And I want to have all these pleasures. For whose sake I am working and fighting all this. Atta ime avasthita yuddhe. Those people are standing before me, and pranam styaktva. He has concluded that they are going to die. Actually, the fear is that he may be killed in the battle, which he doesn't want that defeat. But he's saying, on the contrary, what he's saying is something different from what he's actually feeling within. Pranam styaktva dhananicha. They have left their prana, they have left their life, they have left all their wealth. And those people for whom I want to win and for whom I want to give a good kingdom, those people are standing on the opposite side. He is now blaming the situation for the war. Yuddhe dhananicha avasthita. They are all standing ahead of me. Who are all standing? Acharyaha. My teachers are standing. Pitaraha. All people who are like my parents, they are standing. Putraha. Those people who are like my sons, they are all standing. Pitamahaha. Those people, my grandfather and all equal to my grandfathers. In the position of my grandfathers, they are all standing. Matulaha. My mamas. All my uncles are standing. Shvashuraha, all my father's in-laws, those people are standing. From my the other people who are all equal to their father's in-law. Pautraha, grandchildren, they're all standing. Shalaha, my wife's brothers and other people, their relatives are all standing there. Sambandhinas tatha, all my family connections, they're all standing there. So Arjuna, what is Gurudev saying here? Arjuna is repeating the same thing again and again. So when we become hysteric, and especially Krishna's silence is so pregnant, it's so pregnant with non-acceptance of what Arjuna is saying. He is very critical of Arjuna's attitude at this moment. And that is what his silence is saying. And on top of that, Krishna is having a very provocative smile on his lips also. Prahasanniva Bharata will come in chapter 2. A smile can completely disarm the opponent. Especially, opponent means not exactly the one whom we are fighting. The one who is standing opposite us is a person to whom we are talking. If that person is in a difficult, giving a difficult situation to us, if the person is creating some difficulty for us, the one way by which we can conquer the other person is by giving a body level smile. The smile is not very deep. It is not coming from the heart. Just giving a wide smile at the level of the body can disarm the other person, can finish off the other person completely. And that is what Krishna is doing. Krishna, I'm not saying he is doing it to injure Arjuna. It is just that Krishna's nature is very calm. Nature is inner joy and inner smile at all circumstances. But at this moment, he is preparing Arjuna for the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, and he wants to enlighten Arjuna about the truth of life. And so, listening to all this raving and ranting of ignorance of Arjuna, Krishna is smiling. It is also a critical smile of Arjuna's attitude. The provocative smiling lips of the Lord are whipping Arjuna into a sense of shame. When somebody who is very close to us is giving a wry smile about the low, depraved level of our conversation, then what can be more shameful? The experience can be very shameful. That's what Arjuna is going through. He is seeking the support of Krishna, but Krishna is just having two things. One is silence and the other is a smile. And so what is it that we like? Why is it that we go and tell somebody our problems? We tell somebody our problem because we like that recognition they give us. That the words of recognition, you know what? You're actually going through a difficult situation, and patting on the back and then stroking our head. We feel so good at that time. That is the reason why we rant and rave and we went out with somebody. But when that person is remaining very silent and not taking in all this, and almost looking at it as if what is all this nonsense that's happening. In fact, in chapter 2, he says, Kutastva Kashmalamidam. Swami Vivekananda says it's a very important verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Kashmalam. From where is all this stupidity coming in your mind? He's like, he wants the moral support of Krishna to recognize and to approve of his feelings. But that endorsement and intellectual sanction is not coming from Krishna. And that is why Arjuna is feeling very defeated also now. He is feeling more defeated than just the battle, because what happens when you have a friend next to you and that friend actually is not supporting you with whatever the intentions may be, if that friend is not really, you count on somebody as a friend, and that friend just gives you up at that moment when you feel very low and you really want that person to lift you up, you're not having the strength and the courage to get up on your own, and you are actually giving your hand and no help is given, you are allowed to wallow in your pity. How painful it must be for Arjuna. So he is continuing on those lines, 35th verse. He is continuing to justify his own emotions. Etan nahantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim numahi krite. Etan, all these people, nahantumichhami, I don't want to kill them. Gnataha api madhusudana, I can even die in this battle. I have no problem with that. He's just faking it. He's not really meaning it. He doesn't want to die. Gnataha api madhusudana. Madhusudana, the one who has killed the Rakshasa called Madhu. Oh Krishna, you have been a great warrior. You have killed so many people. You know about victory, right? It is very simple for you. It is very easy for you. Same way, victory is easy for me also. We like to join somebody else along with us. Whenever we have a problem, whenever we are in trouble, we always like to connect ourselves with others and make the trouble a little more expand. We tried, like, for example, if I'm feeling overweight and I meet somebody, I say, nowadays we are all getting too much overweight. We have to do exercise. So instead of I am getting overweight and I have to do exercise, we feel very comfortable when we join the other person also. We feel very relaxed. So, Gnataha api etan na hantum ichhami. You are a great Madhusudana. You are a warrior in the battlefield. You have killed many asuras. And even if I die, I don't want to kill all these people. I am a great person. I am a great warrior. Api trailokya rajyasya. I am not only a great warrior, I have no love for all this kingdom of all the three worlds. What is the use? It's a politician's dialogue. A politician's dialogue is having something else inside and speaking something else outside. Apit trailokya rajyasya heto kimnu mahikrite. For the sake of this earth, why am I going to fight when I don't want all the three kingdoms also? The Bhuloka, the earth, the Bhuvarloka, the world of the interim world between the heaven and the earth, and the heaven also, the Suvarloka. For all the three worlds also I will not fight. For this earth alone am I going to fight, O Krishna? I don't want to fight, says Arjuna. So he is deciding that he's behaving like a renunciate. He is behaving like a sannyasi who wants to give up everything and run away from the battlefield. He doesn't want to kill, and he's saying that I don't want all this kingdom. Like there is a proverb in Tamil, Vendam Vendam Sambandhi Nalu Yela Iluthala. Sometimes people, they will go and you ask them to eat food. They say, no, I don't want. But finally, the other people who are all offering food, they will convince this person to sit. And they will eat and eat and eat. And that is what Vendam Sambandhi means. She says, no. And then finally, when she sits to eat, she ate 4 leaves of food. what 4 people can eat, she started pulling and eating. So in the same way, Arjuna is saying, no, 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 I don't want this war. You know what? Even for all the 3 worlds, I don't want to fight. For this earth, am I going to fight, oh Krishna? I don't want to fight. I don't want this kingship over Hastinapura. Hastinapura is present day Delhi. That the area in Uttar Pradesh, near Uttar Pradesh, is called Hastinapura. Indraprastha is Delhi, and Hastinapura is the surrounding regions of that place. And that is why the political capital is still there, because all the Kurukshetra, the battlefield, and the capital of those places were there in that place. So 36th verse. Nihatya dhartarashtranah ka prite janardana papamevashrayedasman hatvaitanatatainah. Atatayin are people who commit very, very great crimes, like setting other people's houses to fire, running away with somebody else's wife, or murdering, killing. So many different types of crimes are there. They are all called athatayins, like very, very unpardonable crimes they do. These people, according to the Artha Shastra and the Manu Dharma Smriti, if you see them, they have to be killed. Those people who have done such crimes, the athatayins, have to be killed. And here Arjuna is justifying, they are all athatayinaha. They are all people who have committed such grave errors, and I will incur sin if I kill them. Arjuna is giving a wrong logic, viparita, a different logic. Why is he doing that? Because Krishna is silent as a sphinx, says Gurudev, and Arjuna is giving up. Arjuna is not able to continue his melodramatic expressions, and he is trying to become very soft. He is trying to become very appealing and talking in a very nice tone. After all, like it looks like as if Krishna is not able to understand what he is saying. So let me try to explain a little bit to him. The change in strategy is coming very conspicuous, ludicrous, when we notice Krishna's continued silence and smile. In the first line of the stanza, he explains to Krishna that no good can come out of killing the sons of Dhritarashtra. Nihatya dhartarashtran naha ka pritihi syat janardana. What are we going to gain? O Janardana, Janan ardayati iti Janardana. Very interesting. Janardana means, but for Krishna, I'm not making a comparison or anything. I'm just narrating what I saw. When I was coming recently from Puducherry to Chennai by bus, after the election results and all were announced, and the results have come, and yet the government was not formed, there's a lot of discussion going on. I saw one person, poster of our present Chief Minister Vijay is there. One ordinary man on the road. He is going to the poster, touching it and taking it to his eyes and praying to that poster like he would do in a temple in front of God. So in the same way, in those days, Janardana, Janan ardayati iti Janardanaha. People used to worship Krishna. Even now they worship. In those days in his kingdom, they worshipped. So, Kapriti Hisya Janardana, people are worshipping you, Krishna. What is there in killing all these people? Nihatya, all these Dhartarashtras, the sons of Dhritarashtra, Kapritihi, Papameva Ashrayet, I will only incur sin by killing the members of this Dhritarashtra family, because they are all Atatainaha. What is the logic? If there is a felon who has committed all these kind of very sinful things that he has done, he is fit to be killed according to Rajya Dharma. And where is the question of sparing them? Arjuna is saying, I will get sin if I kill them. Their sin will come to me. He is talking a very different logic. Gurudev says, sin is only a mistake committed by a misunderstood individual ego against its own divine nature as the eternal soul. When I forget that I am the eternal soul, I will do certain actions which can be considered sinful according to the Shastras, and gathering penalty according to the laws of the land. So why am I doing that? I am doing that because I don't know who I am. So I don't know I am coming from a great family. I'm coming from a lovely lineage of Guru Parampara. And then I do this action which turns something that gives me penalty, criminal action in the world. If it is not a criminal action, sinful actions are not actions that are recognized by law, but that are mistakes against the Shastras. The Shastras say don't do certain things, and when I do those things, my mind gets disturbed, and that is called sin. And so Arjuna is saying to act as a body, the mind, and the intellect is not to act up to the responsibilities of a man, but it becomes an attempt to behave under the impulses of an animal. All those acts performed and motives entertained, which create grosser mental impressions and thereby build stronger walls between us and our cognition of the divine spark. What is the biggest problem is these sinful actions build such a strong wall between the true me and the recognition of the true me. The recognition is covered by this wall called sinful actions, sinful thoughts, and sinful behaviors. And if that wall is very strong, I will not be able to see me. I will not be able to see my own self. I will not be able to see who I am really. So that is called sin. The best policy is to allow a mental patient, first of all, to bring out everything in his mind and thus exhaust himself. And so that is why Krishna refuses to show any sign of acceptance, appreciation, or criticism. He is not saying, no, you are not talking the right thing. Or yes, you are so great, Arjuna. You are so brilliant. How brilliant can you be? Nothing he is saying. He is just allowing Arjuna to exhaust all the fumes in his mind. 37th verse. Tasman narha vayam hantum dhartarashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasyama madhava. Tasman arha. They are not, it is not befitting for me, like I am not such a lowly person to kill these people. No, they are not fit to be killed by me. Like Ravana was so powerful, was so great. He was so great because he was fit to be killed by Rama. So that was the glory of Ravana. So he is not giving that kind of a status to these people. These people are not fit to be killed by me, Krishna. Tasman na arha vayam hantum dhartarashtran swabandhavan. These people of Dhritarashtra's family, because it is already said that they are all felons and it is sinful to kill them. And the next logic he is telling is, like, I will lose my status. I will lose my... actually, the truth is they are very powerful and he is afraid. But he is saying, it's like that Vadivel joke in our movies. No, and how much ever he is afraid that he'll get beaten, but he will just flex his muscles and he will say, come for a fight and all that. So it's a similar comedy. Dhartarashtran swabandhavan. My own relatives and the family of Dhritarashtra's, the Dhritarashtra's sons, they are not fit to be killed by me. Swajanam hi katham hatva. And also the mind is like both things are happening. The good and the bad are appearing together. One thing is, he's talking from the standpoint of these people are not so great that I have to kill them. The next thing is, he's saying, my own family members, if I kill them, swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinah syama madhava. How can I feel happy when I kill my own members of my family? So Gurudev, again, whether Krishna is talking all this or not, Gurudev is like expressing fully whatever Krishna is having in his mind with his beautiful words in English. More than deliberate blasphemers of a scripture. So Gurudev points out to people like us who we are not condemning Sanatana Dharma. There are many people who condemn Sanatana Dharma in the society. We know, we can identify them. But the more problematic are people who wrongly interpret Sanatana Dharma. More than deliberate blasphemers of a scripture, The unconscious misinterpreters of a sacred text are the innocent criminals who bring about the wretched downfall of its philosophy. Purring with satisfaction of a cat in the kitchen, Arjuna in this verse is rounding up his arguments and coming to the dangerous conclusion that he should not kill the aggressors nor face their heartless challenge. Even then, Krishna is silent. So, what only can Arjuna say? He has come to the limit of, he is exhausting his energy in trying to convince Krishna, and Krishna is only having a smile on his face. Arjuna feels more defeated in this, more than the battle. He is defeated before Krishna. His discomfiture makes him really quite conspicuous in his ugliness. Like it is beginning to show up the silliness of his mind, the lack of validation for his arguments. They're all falling flat in the presence of Krishna's smile. He is almost begging Krishna to think for himself. Like he's now thinking, maybe Krishna is not understanding. That is what we do when we try to convince somebody and the person is very firm. We try to, we may think that that person is not actually understanding our point of view, and then we will try to convince even more. He is trying to get Krishna to think that maybe, you should think a little better, Krishna. You don't seem to be thinking enough. And actually, Partha's own lunatic conclusions, he's coming to almost very silly and idiotic conclusions that I should not kill the enemy because they've committed a lot of, that is the very reason why the battle is happening. That is the very reason why the kings are fighting in this battlefield. Because you have done so much of wrong, you need to be killed. And that is why Arjuna is standing there. And he's saying, because they have done so much wrong, it is better not to kill them. How fallacious is that argument? So we will complete tomorrow the few verses from verse 38 to verse 47. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Hari Om.